name is Margo. I'm from Weymouth, Massachusetts, and you are watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
My name is Kurt Wilson. I'm from Derry, New Hampshire, and I watch the Astute Tourist Channel.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Barbara. And we're at the New Hampshire Grass Drags today, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Jimmy, your Astute Tourist. Welcome. It's Hump Day. Hump Day cocktail hour. We've made it again. 6 p.m. on April 10th today. It's May 10th. My goodness. I don't know what I'm thinking. Crazy night last night. Didn't get a lot of sleep, which is okay. But it is May 10th, 2023. We're going to be doing our weekly cocktail, and our good friend Scott Lone Cross MTP suggested that we do a Moscow Mule, so we're going to do one tonight. And of course, the evening show, no pictures, Scott's saying. I can see it. I have my channel up on YouTube. I can see it. Can you see it? What's up, Captain Billy? Good to see you. Mike Cluck is with us.
What's going on?
What's happening, Mike? Can you see the picture?
At first, I could not. Now
Okay.
it's kind of grainy a little bit.
Yeah, well, that figures. 6 a.m., the picture's perfect. And now it's always in the evening for whatever reason. It's got to be the bandwidth or something. Let me try this. I have my other computer going. Maybe if I just shut that down. Stand by a moment. So, Mike, how are you?
Good.
You been busy working, or what's going on?
Yeah, working, and I did a live last night with Destination Fun and Eddie Lugo and Mike and Rihanna.
Nice. What time were you up last night?
We did it from 6 to 8:30.
Okay. What were we doing last night? Oh, I was at the gym. I been going to the gym now when I get out of work. Except for Wednesday, because it is Hump Day cocktail hour. But all right, so let's see. I just want to say hi to everybody that is with us this evening or this day, depending on what part of the world you're in. Let me jump back real quick. So Law Jones is here. I have the 963 hertz up. We'll do that in a little while, but Law, thank you for that. Hey, the Clock Family Adventures is here. Hi, Mike. Baker was here, or may still be here. Sharon Rowland is with us. Good morning. See, I do so many mornings. Good evening to you. I don't know if some of you guys didn't see us, but we did a pop-up walkabout this morning at 6 a.m. We don't normally do Wednesday mornings, but Colleen and I decided to take the pups for a walk, and we went up live. So Scott's here, Lone Cross MTP. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. I know I saw some. I got to get towards the bottom here. Sharon saying hi. Captain Billy J is here. Ahoy there, my friend. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping by. And you see me now. That's good. Down Under Cruises is here. Hi, Sean. Good morning to you, my friend. Good morning. It is morning there in Australia. And let's see. So it's 6 o'clock. That's 8 a.m. So a little after 8 a.m. there, I'm guessing. 8:04.
In the future.
Yeah, he's in the future for sure. He's already in tomorrow. After I did, it was before we went out for a morning walk this morning. I popped in really quick to see Sean. And no, that's a lie because I was getting ready for work. So we'd already come back. But Sean was doing his evening stream, which would have been last night for him, this morning for us. And it's always good to see Sean. Najuma Brown is here. Hello, Najuma. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming in. That is New England internet for darn sure. You got that right, Billy. And again, if you're in the morning streams, they're always great. And it's just got to be the bandwidth is getting used up at this time of day. Everybody's home, and they're stealing my good bandwidth, I guess. I don't know. What can we do? All we can do is roll with the punches. They tell me if I put an Ethernet cable right into the router, that may improve the signal.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. Normally, when a wired connection straight to your router, it'll make your everything a lot clearer.
We're gonna have to do that. My router's in the other room, so I'll have to figure something out. But it would be probably better to do that since the signal is awful.
I have these signal boosters throughout my
What's
house.
that? I'm sorry, Mike. What'd you say?
I have these little signal boosters, the Eero signal boosters throughout the house, and they actually have a port on the back of them that you can do it too.
Oh, I have one right here, so maybe that's what I'll do. I know because I'm using a Mac, I guess I have to buy some adapter to do it, but I'll be working on that for sure to get that done. Will G is here. Hi, Will. Thanks for coming in. Good evening to you. No worries at all. I'm glad you're here. Billy's saying ahoy to Sharon. Sharon is saying good evening. My mother is here. Hello, Mom. Dad and I say hi. So yeah, Billy's saying the same thing, Mike. Plug your Ethernet cord into the router. Sean is saying yes, it was 8:04 p.m. his time. He is in the future. I'm going to turn this music down just a little more, although I like it. There we go. So, like I said, tonight we're going to be doing the Moscow Mule. We do this every Wednesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Hump Day Cocktail Hour. Of course, because we're having a cocktail hour, it doesn't mean it has to be alcoholic. You guys can have the drink of your choice. It can be non-alcoholic or alcoholic, hot, cold, whichever you prefer. I don't drink coffee at this hour of the evening just because I'll be up all night. But this was something fun to do. We started doing it because Colleen works evenings. The company that she works for, they actually do a live stream right around the same time that we're doing this. So I figured I would definitely do it in the evening, and it was something fun, like I said, to make a cocktail. So tonight we're featuring the Moscow Mule. Mike, do you drink at all?
I drink a very little bit. Actually, Moscow Mule is my wife's favorite.
Okay, so you've probably at least had a sip of one, right?
Oh yeah, I've had them before.
Now this will be a first for me. I've never had one. Colleen's. It's one of the drinks that she will drink if we go out. Now, I've had ginger beer, but I've never had a Moscow Mule. So we're going to have to, like I said, it's my first time. So I'll definitely give you my opinion. I'm a whiskey drinker, whiskey, Scotch, bourbon for the most part. But, and I've developed a taste for some rum since we have a tiki bar. So, how can you how can you drink anything else if you have a tiki bar? You have to have rum.
Yeah.
So the drink of the island. So let's see who is still here with us. Alex is here. Alex Chapdelaine, good friend of mine. Good evening, my friend. Are you enjoying the 70s outside? Yes, it is really warm, Alex. Going to be in the 80s on Friday and Saturday. All is well here. You're making gluten-free chop suey. That sounds good. Yeah, I should wear an aluminum foil hat to help out with getting better bandwidth.
That's some sound advice right there.
Right? Remember the rabbit ears we had on TV, on our TVs? Maybe I should put a set of those on my hat.
Of them and stuff.
Not a sponsor, but if you look at my hat, it's Steadfast Spirits and Distilling Company. A good friend of mine is a distiller right here in the great state, the Granite State of New Hampshire. And we have featured his bourbon on the channel. I think I made the old fashioned using his bourbon. So if you want to check them out, they are online and they have a Facebook page, Steadfast Spirits and Distilling Company in Concord, New Hampshire. It is really good. And again, I'm not a sponsor, so I'm not getting anything for saying that, but I just wanted to share that to everybody. CJ will definitely hook you up if you want to send him a message. I'm sure he will mail you something out if you'd like to try out some of his bourbon. And if you're local, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday nights, Saturdays, and Sundays, they have a tasting room where you can go and you can actually sample some of his wares, and then if you whatever you like, you can take it home. He's got all kinds of flavors. He does make barrel-aged bourbon. He has traditional clear American whiskey, and they have several different flavors of moonshine. I know there's lemonade and there's, I think, chocolate, and there's all kinds. There's got to be, he must have a dozen different flavors of moonshine. So check out Steadfast Spirits. Their line of moonshine is called Troubles Moonshine, and they're a good bunch of folks, so check them out. Alex says he still has rabbit ears in the basement.
Yeah.
He's asking my mom, how's he doing? Billy's here. Hey, Billy from Bamanola Lawn Adventures. Good evening to you, my friend. He's saying hi to you, Mike.
Yep.
Cruising is fun anytime is here. All right, so I got to get this right because I'm terrible with names. Is it Cheryl?
Yeah, Cheryl.
Cheryl and Jeremy?
Yep.
I got it right. Okay. I've done good.
They're going to be on the booze cruise.
They are. I can't wait to meet those guys. Meet you, Mike. We're going to do we're doing the ghost hunt. We got to work on that.
Cheryl said they may end up doing it.
Oh, you guys. Yeah, let's do that. Colleen's excited as well. So that's going to be fun. We'll be there a couple nights before the cruise sets sail. Good evening, all. Randacita is here. How are you, my friend? Thank you for coming in. It's really good to see you. Cheryl, that's right. Okay, see, I got it right. I did good. My memory is terrible, so. Billy says, my spirit animal is the Moscow Mule. Right on. My allergies are still kind of kicking in here, so pardon me.
My son every morning, he's been getting terrible headaches and runny noses and stuff.
Yeah, it's the time of year, right?
Well, my doctor told me that it's the highest pollen count in 12 years.
Oh, wow.
So if anybody's going to get allergy issues, it's going to be this year.
Well, I get them, but I would say it's a little worse this year than some of the years previous. So, yeah. Billy said he posted a short video on some real gators today. All right, we'll have to go watch that. If you want, throw the link up to the video, Billy. And Sean's saying hi. Paul is here. Paulus Vines is here. Whoops. There we go. Howdy, 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 Mr. Jimmy. Howdy to you, Paul. It's good to see you, my friend. All right, so what do you think? Should we get right into this drink? What do you say?
You drinking it in a copper cup?
So, there it is.
Yep, he's got it.
So, if you watch the morning stream this morning, Colleen was making sure that I did it right. She's like, we got copper cups at home, and you make sure that you. Now, she was saying you had to do it with Tito's. I couldn't find a recipe that said specifically what vodka.
That's actually, I want to say everybody that I know does it with Tito's as well.
Okay, so look, I'm not going to tell her she's wrong whether she is or not. She's always right. But she'll probably take that as a dig to me too, Mike. So, yep. Paul says has to be a copper cup. So here it is. So I was reading about it. It's copper cup. They line the inside with stainless steel, and that has to do with something about not ingesting or having the acid do something to the copper inside. So
yeah,
the cup has stainless steel inside. This is a traditional Moscow Mule cup. Like I said, Colleen is she's into it. So I have the recipe right here.
There's a bar in DC that's their specialty. We went to it for my wife's birthday one year, and they give you a Moscow Mule that's like 1.5 feet tall by like this big.
Oh my!
And everybody drinks out of it. They give you like 5 straws in the thing.
So it's kind of like a scorpion bowl, but a Moscow Mule.
Yeah, it's at least a half a bottle of Tito's in it, if not more. I can't remember how much they put in there, but it was a lot.
That's crazy. That's a lot of booze. All right, so I filled the glass up with ice. Now it says 2 ounces of vodka. So I did have some Tito's, but there was only a little bit in the bottom, and I wasn't sure how much we had. So this is Colleen's go-to is Kettle One. She really likes it, so we're going to use that. I'm not going to say vodka is vodka because those vodka drinkers out there would probably disagree.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't drink vodka that often, but here we go. So this calls for 2 ounces. 2 ounces of vodka. So start with that. All right, so there's the 2 ounces of Kettle One vodka. Then it calls for a 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon. So I don't know how much I'm going to get out of a half of a lemon, or I'm sorry, a lime. 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lime. So I have half of a small lime here, so I'm going to guess we'll get a 1/2 ounce out of it. So we'll squeeze that into there.
Bama said he's drinking a 32 ounce of fake vodka, H2O.
Right on. Since I started working out, which was just Monday, I bought a bottle of that Smart Water, and it's 50 ounces. It's 1.5 liters anyway, and I've been drinking 2 of them a day. And because they tell me that water is good for when you're trying to lose some weight and get in shape. So, all right, So that's the lime juice. Now the next thing is 4 ounces of ginger beer. So we have, this is the Gosling ginger beer, which we used this when John was up home bartending with John. What did we make with the ginger beer? There was another drink that we made. So 4 ounces, I'm just gonna fill the rest of it up with that. And the last thing is a lime wedge. And they say to garnish, but I'm going to squeeze it in there and put it in. Stir it up with my finger. Now, for you aficionados out there, a mint sprig is optional. But I'm not going to put mint in there. So here we go. I'm going to give it a shot. What do you think?
Yep.
Okay. That's doable. It's good. I don't drink ginger beer that often, but that's tasty. I can see where that's another one of those drinks that would be like a summer kind of refreshing, summery kind of a drink. Um,
Paul's saying the Copper Cup helps the drink stay colder longer.
okay. All right, so I have something up here, so I'm gonna read this. You guys can still see me, right?
Yep.
I got something I'm gonna read. So this is from glassandvine.com. Glassandvine.com. It says the first thing you should know about this Moscow Mule cocktail. It's super simple to make with only 3 ingredients. We just saw that. Which is the vodka, the ginger beer, and the lime. And then feel free if you want to use the mint sprig. Then they talk about not confusing ginger beer with ginger ale because it's definitely not the same. The Moscow Mule mug, what the cocktail is famous for. Anywhere you see a copper mug, you immediately assume there's a mule inside. But what's the secret? Why the copper mule cups used? Well, they make the drink seem colder, like Paul just told us. And when the drink is usually served as a refresher during the summer, that's quite a helpful addition. So I could see where that would be a tasty summer drink. Maybe after doing some yard work or something and relaxing on the porch. I could definitely see that. People want to get cooled off by a drink, and this one feels super cold. Let's go for a mule, it says. The history, the origin of the Moscow Mule is quite unfamiliar. Even to the biggest fans, the focus on the flavor, not the story, though. The Moscow Mule was invented somewhere around 1941, and more than one person is suspected to be the inventor. John G. Martin claims that he and Jack Morgan, the owner of the Los Angeles British pub Cock and Bull, were the first ones to create the drink. However, that story doesn't have to be true. In 2007 article in the Wall Street Journal stated that the inventor was in fact Wes Price, Cock and Bull's head bartender at the time. It would make sense that a person who makes drinks for a living would invent one, not a marketer like John Martin. So there you go. There's a little bit of history and a little bit of about the mug, which we have our resident mixologist anyway, Paul Vines, who told us what the mug was for. And Paul, you said you're going to make one coming up, right, in a video? I had no idea you were going to do it, so I wasn't trying to steal your thunder. But yeah, here we go. Cheers, everybody. Happy Hump Day.
He's got a slightly different take on how we'll start it.
Okay. He says, okay, go ahead, Mike.
No, you go ahead.
Paul says it was started because a woman had too many copper cups that her husband wanted to get rid of. That could be true. Not according to what we read, but you know how that goes.
Yeah.
It's like the buffalo wing. If you try to look up the history of like who invented the buffalo wing, you're going to get like 8 different stories. So what's the other thing? It was something to do with tiki drinks. I remember reading where one person claimed they invented the zombie or something, and somebody else claimed that was wrong and they invented it. Or Billy, what's better, a Golden Corral slushie or a Moscow Mule? Now, let me tell you, that's a tough one. But there's no booze in the slushie, so I'm going to go with the Mule. Now, don't tell John from J&N Travels. He's
Golden Corral slushy.
Yeah, so you know Golden Corral, right?
Yeah, the all you can eat place.
Buffet. Yeah,
buffet.
it's like a buffet or whatever, a smorgasbord. They have these slushy machines, like where the ice cream in that is, and John loves them. They're good, they're tasty, but my mother could attest to this because we We had lunch. Well, I had it with Billy and them first when Billy came to New Hampshire. And Billy, what did John eat? About 20 of those things?
So it's like icy, like a flavored ice.
It's
drink?
like an icy. Yeah, it's very, very similar.
Oh, see, ours didn't have that.
Yeah, it's tasty, but John had to have like 10 of them or 20 of them. He had a lot. And then when we were in Orlando back in March, I took my folks out to eat lunch with John and Nancy, and him and my mother had a slushy eating contest. Now, he swears my mother won, but I don't know. All right, Paul says it's okay, so it's gonna be a couple of weeks before he makes one. Yeah, we were talking about it the other morning, and Scott, Lone Cross MTP, he said, how about a Moscow Mule? And I said, sure, that sounds good. I'm sure we're going to overlap with certain drinks. So, Mike, what's new with you? What's going on?
Nothing. Hit my 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate everybody.
Yeah, that's a good accomplishment. So what do you need for watch hours now?
As of this morning, I think 890. So
that's what you need to get to your $4,000?
Yeah.
Nice. So why don't you throw your link up there? And if anybody wants to share any watch time with Mike, definitely do that. Let's help him get over the 4,000 mark, and get him monetized.
I'm not sure if I can put my link in your.
Can one of my Sharon? Would you mind? Could you or Paul or Billy? Could you put Mike's his link there, and we'll get some people watching and sharing some time with him.
I appreciate it.
Sean says, I know who invented the buffalo wing. It was the buffalo.
Is that like Chick-fil-A trying to get people to stop eating the cows to stop eating the chicken?
Yeah, right? Eat more chicken.
The beef.
This is Buffalo Chips, which is it's a restaurant in Bonita Springs, Florida, where we went to. And they're from Buffalo, New York. And they even claim to be one of the inventors of the buffalo wing. So, don't know.
Yeah.
I've heard many stories. He ate like 50 of them.
They're so sweet normally. I'm surprised that he can take all that sugar.
I think he has a sweet tooth for sure.
Yeah.
I'll eat a couple. We'll have a couple. They go quick. It's like a drink. But definitely not as many as John. My mother says he really likes them.
Thank you all for putting my link up.
Yeah, there you go. So there's Mike's link. Thank you, Billy. And let's go over and let's go over and look at some of his playlists and let's get some of those get some of them hours up for him. My mother says John won big time. I'm trying to catch up here. I never heard of one until Brad of Midlife Crazy ordered one on a dinner cruise in San Diego. John Gaylor says he made spaghetti and meatballs. We had spaghetti last night, which was good. All right, nice. Everybody's got the link up there. Paul says he prefers the dry wings. I like them both. Usually what I'll do is I'll put buffalo sauce on the side, and then I'll do them that way. That way I can control the amount of heat on them. What is up, Kevin from Tuber Chat? It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for dropping by. Always a pleasure to see you. If you haven't been over to Tuber Chat to Kevin's live streams, you don't know what you're missing. You need to go over and check him out. He does a great service for all of us. He's out there and he's shouting out channels and giving you advice on how to improve your channel and how to try to figure out this YouTube algorithm. Which if you can figure that out,
Yeah.
I'll
buy
you dinner. I'll buy you the best steak on the planet if you can figure out that. But Kevin does a great job, and he's a great friend, and he's helping all of us out. So you need to go over to Tuber Chat, Connect and Grow, and spend a half an hour with him. It's a good time.
Keisha came in as well. Hello.
Hi, Keisha. How are you? It's good to see you. I'm just trying to check catch up. Scott says I had grilled. I lost it. I had grilled chicken, Greek salad for dinner. Sharon's having Brunswick stew right now. I had toasted tuna fish sandwich. That's what.
What's Brunswick stew? What's it got in it?
Brunswick stew. What is that, Sharon? I think you told us that the other morning, right? Is that the one with all the vegetables and that in it?
So I'm not a vegetable person, but if you put it in soup or stew, I'll eat anything.
I think she said that's what it is. Bob Autry is here. Hey, Bob. How you doing, my friend? Rum and Coke, right on. Cuba Libre. Good to see you. I hope you guys are feeling better. I know it's been a month or more since you were under the weather, but I hope you and Deb are doing well. Bob is family for us. His wife is my wife's cousin, so, and we've actually been on a couple cruises with them. We've had a great time. So I'm excited for this booze cruise. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
So Mike has convinced us to go on a ghost. Is it a ghost hunt?
It's a haunted history tour. So they tell you about like they'll take you to. So the one I went on, they took you to different houses and landmarks throughout the city, and they told you the whole history about it and how it's haunted. What happened in the house to make it haunted and things like that. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm not sure what one we're going to do. So we may end up going to some of the ones I've already done.
Okay. So now what do you get on a bus? Is that how it works, or like a trolley?
This was
something?
a 2-hour walking tour.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
I enjoy the walking tour because then you can take pictures and video. Now they do tell you they don't want you to video the whole thing, which, like, I'm sitting there with my gimbal and I'm recording the whole thing for 20 minutes, and then she stops us at one spot and she says, "Okay, here's the official rules. We're not allowed to do any videotaping." So I'm like, and then I was
Right.
like, okay.
Well,
but they encourage you to take
We'll
pictures.
see about that.
Yeah.
We'll see about that for sure.
Yeah.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
It was.
We
and
when
there's
I'm
different
sorry.
types.
Yep, go ahead.
So there's one that does graveyards. There's one there's ones that you can go on a carriage and do the city in a carriage. There's one that does a bus. There's one that does graveyards. So I would like to get the consensus on how many people are going to go, so we can try to narrow down what we want to do and try to get a. I was thinking 8:00 to do it, because most of them are 2 hours, so that does it 8 to 10. At least gets us at night and not too terribly late. Because I don't know how late everybody's gonna, like, people coming in on the planes that day may get a little tired later on in the night. But,
Now, were you planning on Friday or Saturday night?
Friday night, Saturday
Friday.
night, I think we're all having dinner together.
Yeah,
Or-
yeah, that'll be better. I
So
think our
right
plan.
now-
Oh, go ahead.
I think right now it's my wife and I. Then you said you and your wife are going to go, but you don't know about your sister-in-laws yet.
So I think the sisters are coming.
Okay.
There's 3 of them and their husbands,
Okay.
Now, whether they're going to go on the walking tour with us or not, I'm not sure. I told Colleen we need to sit down and have like a little family meeting to find out what everybody's going to do. We're not even sure what hotel we're going to stay at or anything like that. So I know that some of the folks on the cruise are all staying at the same hotel. Is that right?
I know I'm booked at the one that Chancellor's Travels got the deal through. I think it was $140 or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. And debating, I have a timeshare with Wyndham, and Wyndham has a place right in the city. So I'm debating on going there, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. When we were there in 20, trying to think, it was in 20, we stayed at a place called the Prince Conti Hotel, which is in the French Quarter. It was cool. It was neat. It's got the big 4-poster beds and all that in it. Mm-hmm. But and it was close. It was within walking distance of Jackson Square and Cafe Du Monde and all that. So right there in the French Quarter. But I'll know better once we have a meeting with the sisters and we figure out what everybody wants to do. I mean, it's their vacation as well, so
yeah,
I don't want to just make it about me and the YouTube stuff, but I definitely want to hang for sure with all you folks, and we'll get plenty of time to do it once we get on board the ship too. But I think it's going to be fun. I know the meet and greet Saturday night should be a lot of fun, so I'm excited.
Yep. I know Bruce and his wife are planning on going as well. And Jeremy and Cheryl said that they may go as well. And then a couple other people said they're not 100% sure. I think Warmstrong was interested. He just hadn't made up his mind yet on what day he's flying in. And then Rob from Cruising on the High Seas, I think he was going to go maybe.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm looking at people are just saying hi. I was laughing at Billy because he goes 8 p.m. That's way past Jimmy's bedtime. He knows me pretty well. Not when I'm in New Orleans. I will not be in bed at 8 p.m. Not unless we've been bendering since 10 a.m. that morning. Then I may, but no way. We're going on this. I'm going on the haunted tour. Let's see. Who else is... Oh, Ava's here. Hi, Ava. Good evening to you, my friend. It's good to see you. Thank you. Thanks for coming by. We're just hanging out. We're having the Moscow Mule tonight. Is the featured cocktail at Hump Day Cocktail Hour. So thank you for dropping by. Mr. Tranquillo is here as well. How are you, sir? I'm trying to think. How late at night is it for you? Is it late in the evening for you, Mr. Tranquillo? Or is it morning? I think he's in Turkey, right? Bob says Norwegian Princess and MSC have cigar lounges. Oh boy, that's awesome.
I know Scott McNeil is going to do a Cigars Under the Stars one night on the Booze Cruise.
Oh, fantastic! I'm in.
So
I'm definitely in. I'll be bringing some cigars. The last one we went on, I sat up on the smoking deck all by myself. I had a glass of scotch and smoked a cigar. Well, there were other people there, but strangers. So Sean says, I'm interested, but the bank won't let me. I hear that, my friend. I'm interested in going on the one in 2025, but my boss won't let me.
I was into it until I seen the price, and then the flights and stuff, and I can't do that.
Like I said, it would turn into probably close to 18 days for me between flying and then hotel and that.
Yeah.
There's no way they would let me get away from all that time from my work. And I've explained that all before. So it's 2 a.m. there. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was late or early, depending on how you look at it. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Good evening to you. How's James doing? And Debbie's here. Hi, Debbie. She's Bob's better half, and she's having a Moscow Mule too. Well, thank you for participating. Cheers, cuz. Cheers to you. Right, Paul? Exactly. There are no strangers when scotch and cigars are involved. I agree. Definitely agree.
Buddy of mine had he has like a little garage outside of his house, and we'd go over there on Fridays, and we'd play poker and smoke cigars, and they'd drink whiskey. And he moved away and became a plant manager up in Ohio, so we lost our hangout spot.
Got to make a new one, Mike.
Yep.
Need a new hangout. So I think I've talked about this before, but I often say to Colleen, or she'll say to me, what does this say about us? We have 2 bars in the house. The basement I finished off, and that's the whiskey bar and the cigar bar. So it's the only place in the house that I will smoke, and that's because of wintertime. When the weather's good like it is now, I try not to smoke inside.
Yeah.
But then outside, you've heard me talk about it before, is the tiki bar. And we have that. So I actually have 2 places I can go and drink scotch and have a cigar. So if you end up coming up here to New England, Mike, you'll have to come by, and we'll enjoy a nice whiskey and a cigar for sure.
Okay. If you're interested in it, the same guy had I don't know if you've looked into it or not. He's got this smoke eater for his place, and you didn't smell any cigar smoke whatsoever, and it wasn't loud or anything like that. It just sucked it right in.
So I have a device. It's not a smoke eater, but it's a gosh, I have to think about it. It's an ozone generator.
Okay.
And after I get done smoking down there, when we all clear the room, because you're not supposed to be in there while you run it, but you turn it on and let it go for about an hour, hour and a half, and it clears all the smell and everything out. Okay. It's pretty cool. That's why I got it, was for that reason. So, and it really works good, and it works for other stuff. So like for people, if they had like a musty basement, you could put it down there and it would get rid of the musty smell. They use it in EMS sometimes to like sterilize ambulances and that.
Okay.
Ozone generator. It works pretty good. So Sean says, I told you, Jimmy, I'll talk to your boss. Yeah, I wonder how that would go. For Sean too, I finished up my 3rd day of EMS research. Today we did a bunch of stuff, but we did ventilation, and we did it was a bunch of stuff, at-risk patients, things like that. So Sean, I don't know if anybody knows, but Sean is an EMS instructor, and so we have that in common. So I was telling him this morning that I'm doing my recertification. I have to do every 2 years. So. Oh wait, what am I seeing? James is not
something
well.
About James, I think.
All right, I gotta look back up. James is in ICU. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Can you let us know, or maybe we can chat later.
Had a stroke. Everything got to him all at once. He came out, and it just need prayers.
Oh no. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need some prayers for James. how long ago was that, Cindy?
Had to be within the last 2 or 3 days because I just talked to him on here not too long ago.
Yeah, he was up on one of my lives. Well, it was probably last week now at this point, but definitely Sharon. Yeah, prayers for James. James has been a great friend, so I wish him well. We're definitely, I'm not one to say prayers and know how to do it, but we can all do it in our own way for sure. If we had Darian up here or Kenny, we could definitely get some prayers, or anybody else that's if Blaine was here, right, as well. So sorry to hear that, and definitely going to be praying for James
Sunday night.
Sunday night. Well, when you see him, let him know that we're all praying for him and a speedy recovery, and we hope he gets healthy very, very soon.
Yep.
Good people, the Catneys and Cindy and James. They're good folks. So let's make sure we keep them in our thoughts and prayers every day. And PMA, Positive Mental Attitude, for a speedy recovery for James. Yeah, they just went on the cruise back in, when was it? In April?
Yeah, he's already booked the booze cruise for next year. The Eddie Lugo booze cruise.
The Eddie Lugo sponsored one. Yeah, well, so there you go. He's got to get better for that. So, definitely. If you need anything, Cindy, you just let us know too. Private message me later if you if there's anything we can do. But at least keep us in the loop and let us know how he's doing. I'll be up again tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. So, thanks for the prayers. I will when he wakes up. Yeah, you bet you. Like I said, if there's anything we can do besides praying, let us know for sure. Yep. So Sean says, hey, how's your head mentally after training? So it's okay. These trainings for me are nothing new. I've been doing this for close to 40 years now. So what's that, 20 years worth of research? But yeah, it gets to you. It's been 3 days, 3 8-hour days straight. And I have half a day tomorrow. With it, I think tomorrow we're finishing up with cardiac arrest and a couple other things, but it's okay. The research aren't as bad as the actual certification training. That's a lot harder because you don't know anything. You go into the class blind. Like I said, for this type of stuff, all of us, there's 22 or 24 of us in the class. And all of us are either EMT basics, EMT advanced EMTs. So those are the folks that can do IVs and they can push certain drugs. And then we have the rest of them are paramedics, and those folks are the ones that, as far as emergency medicine goes, they're the elite group. But they have a lot more. Rigorous training in order to be an A and a paramedic. I am a basic, which doesn't mean I'm just a basic. Most EMS, most of the EMS is the same when it comes to treating a patient. Then that advanced and paramedic stuff goes above and beyond. Billy. Mouth to mule resuscitation. But we'll be back up tomorrow at 6. So if we hear any news, we'll definitely let everybody know. See how James is doing. So I have a video that I pretty much have done, and I haven't premiered yet. I meant to do it this weekend, but I got so entailed in finishing off the tiki bar. I dropped the ball on my video, so but we'll be doing that soon. So it's one of many that I need to. Well, this one's finished, but there's others that I have material for that I just haven't worked on.
I'm way behind. I do have a video I'm getting ready to put out. I worked on it yesterday. I was actually supposed to finish it today, and then I decided I'd come up here with you.
I'm glad you did. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how it is when you do a stream and you're by yourself.
Yeah, it's very nerve-wracking a little bit because you want to try to make it flow, and sometimes it doesn't flow very well.
Right. I mean, I don't want to put people to sleep or.
Yeah.
For the most part, I'm getting. Well, I don't know. You folks will need to tell me, but I think I'm getting pretty good at it. I try to be as entertaining as I can. I like to talk about life in general and truth and, taking care of your brother and sister human being and that kind of stuff. That's usually my message.
Yep.
But it's always good when we have others up here, when we can shoot the breeze and talk about whatever comes to mind, right? I always find that the stress of the training tires me out. Yeah, it does for sure. I was falling asleep in class this afternoon. I ate lunch and then I was just. But they mixed it up. We did a bunch of ventilation training. Breathing for people, that kind of a thing. So that mixed it up. Jen Cohen is here. Hi, Jen. How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. Always great to have you here. Eddie Lugo. Yo. Eddie Lugo is here. You overslept. Well, that's okay. You need your beauty sleep. We know.
He better go back to sleep then.
I didn't say that. Mike did. It was him. It was him. Here's a question for Billy. Would he do mouth to mouth without a mask? Yikes. He may. I don't even like using the mask with the one-way valve in it. I use so we have these things called a BVM. It's a bag valve mask. You've probably seen them on the TV shows. They put the mask on and there's like a bag and they squeeze it. Yeah. That's called a BVM. And that's the way I do it. I'd never put my mouth on anybody's mouth. Not going to happen.
Nowadays, you never know what they were taking or anything like that. Even getting a contact high.
Well, and here's the thing too. So, and we would never really do it in the field anyway, but sometimes people, when they're sick, or if let's say they've gone into cardiac arrest, so basically they've died. They can throw up, and that's kind of gross. You don't want that happening. So, not at all. Billy says, I've got a video coming out on the raid parade this Friday afternoon. I filmed the Pensacola Lighthouse. Well, that's cool.
I think I'm going to try to get mine on there too, Billy.
It's Fridays? This Friday coming?
Yep.
Who do I contact about that?
The raid parade.
It's Going
Megan.
Green. Yeah, Megan, right? Going Green Mom.
Yep. GGM.
Maybe I'll jump in on there too on Friday. Everybody's saying hi. Petty Officer Sean. Yes, he says he would. Now, do we have to get into this rank argument again? Mike, you do know that I outrank Billy. He's just a captain.
Yeah.
I'm a chief. And in the Navy, I guess a captain would outrank a chief. But in the fire service, nope, I'm on the top of the pile. So we're not going to get into that argument, I hope. Not again.
Yeah. You got a real hat too.
I have a real hat. Yep, that's right. I have a couple of them. I have a fiberglass helmet, and the one that I wear mostly is made of leather. I have a leather helmet, which we have a saying, "Leather is forever." But I do have a plastic one just in case. That's the one that I was issued. But the leather one is the one I bought. Sharon says, "Jimmy, you ate lunch. You were ready for a nap." Yeah, that's right. And he showed a video too. So if anybody's been in classes, one of the faux pas or the things that you don't do as an instructor is show a video after lunch because you put everyone to sleep.
Yep.
And he did. I didn't fall asleep though. I mean, again, I'm a captain. A chief, so I have to, I have to be the example. But my eyes felt heavy, I'll tell you. Let's see. Eddie should what? Eddie should hibernate for 30 years. Puts chapstick on his lips. Right, Sean? BVM all the way. Yep, bag valve mask for sure. Never put your mouth on another person's mouth. Unless it's your girl or your guy and you're kissing him. Sharon says someone's aiming for a spanking. Can you guess who it is, guys? Billy. John says he's done mouth-to-mouth twice, both kids, that we could not get a mask to work. And that was a long time ago, I bet, too, right, John? Back in the old days, we did. I'm a Commodore. Not a Commodore 64. Or a 70s singing group.
Commodore 64 was the old video game system, wasn't it?
Right? Yeah. Yes, it was. I was thinking of the singing group, the Commodores.
Yeah.
Was that Lionel Richie? Was he in the Commodores? I think he was.
Could be, but I don't remember.
Do I have that right, you guys? Lionel Richie, right? Wasn't he in the Commodores? Stuck on You. All the other songs he played. Billy says. He says, my captain hat is real. It says captain on it. That's right. It's got a buoy on it. And scrambled eggs, right? On the there, are there scrambled eggs on the brim? John says I get to keep my. That's right. John was a chief as well. Keep my whale helmet and leather bell cap, 4 horns. That's right. That's right, my brother. Gotta have the horns. And gold horns to boot. After class, we were all standing around. I was with my other 2 chiefs, and the instructor goes, all right, I got to get out of here. There's too much white and gold in this room. We wear white shirts and helmets and that. So, well, we didn't have helmets on in the class, but let's see. Law says, what is that, John? Captain Billy Spank. Oh. I learned that when you do get the video, I always stand up so you don't fall asleep, right? Showing a video after lunch. Najuma Brown says, yes, he was. Okay. He was in the Commodores.
Yep.
I absolutely love Lionel Richie. He's such a great songwriter. Guy's awesome. Captain is a fantasy role play that he is in denial of walking away from. I have this picture of him dressed like Gopher on the Love Boat with the little white shorts on. And do you wear the little white shorts when you're on board, Captain Billy? Now let's just clear that up, Billy. Who made a Commodore? Me. Who made you a Commodore? Me. So now you're a Commodore? Was that a field promotion? I hope there wasn't any mouth-to-mouth involved in that.
Yep.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. Yeah, Lionel Richie. I am a fantasy. Oh goodness. So what's going on tomorrow with you, Mike? Anything good?
Nothing really tomorrow. I'm working in Virginia. Actually, I'm working right at the Pentagon, right across the street. I'm on a rooftop. I can actually see the Pentagon.
That's cool.
Yep.
I have one more. I have actually a couple hours of training, and then for the basics, we'll be done. Then the A's and paramedics, I think they have the rest of the day. They're going to go right to the end of the day. And then I have tomorrow's Thursday, so it's a regular inspection day. I'll be catching up with everything I missed this week because I've been in class all week. Billy says I go pantless and shortless. Yikes! I just had a visual.
So you were on the Pride during that week.
Speedo. Eddie says Speedo. Sean, what is that? Budgie smuggler?
Yeah.
Billy, you're wearing your budgies. Just a little mouth-to-mouth involved. That's okay. Like I said, not that there's anything wrong with that. Sharon says she got to meet Lionel Richie once. He was very nice and friendly. I bet he is. I bet from what I see, he looks like he'd be a cool guy.
Yep.
Nothing good with Clocky.
Age.
What's that?
He definitely doesn't age.
No. He's got to be 70, I bet, anyway, right? BVM all the way.
I don't know.
Speedo's on the Lido. My mother says we'll all close our eyes. Donald Duck in a captain's hat. There you go. That's right. No pants on, just the captain's hat. His little sailor coat. Oh, Eddie's on the phone. Okay. I'm more goofy than Donald Duck, Billy says. All right, so it's wow, we got 19 in here. Let's do a little business first, and then we're probably gonna close the night out. Don't forget to hit the like button, share out the stream. Leave me a comment afterwards if you wouldn't mind. After we close out the live stream, that would be great. And for those of you, which I think you all are subscribed, but if you're not, and if you're watching us in the replay, and you want to consider subscribing to the channel, we would appreciate that. If you want to take a little piece of the Astute Tourist home with you, you can't have me. I'm already spoken for, but we have coffee mugs, we have t-shirts, we have pint glasses, we have beach bags. You can go over to our Teespring store. Just look for the Astute Tourist, and you'll find our store. That'll help support our channel. And by supporting our channel, you'll be helping us provide better content. You'll be helping us contribute to charities, as well as providing free things like postage that go out to send these stickers out. If anybody wants a sticker, go over to the Astute Tourist at gmail.com and just send me your mailing address, and we'll send you out a sticker or two. You can also support us by sending us a PayPal. As always, you can do a super chat, super sticker, and that supports us, but Google takes their share out of that. So if you go over to our PayPal and you want to donate that way, 100% of your donation will go to support the channel. And one of the things that we do support is this right here, the Helping Hands for Cruising. Go over to helpinghandsforcruising.org. and visit their channel and their website. You can find out all about them. And what they do is they help out a deserving person, a deserving couple, somebody that's never been on a cruise, that may not be able to afford to go on a dream cruise vacation. And they help folks like that be able to actually have a dream come true by going on a cruise somewhere around the world. So it's a great organization. And I know that Mike and I can speak for Mike and and a lot of us support Helping Hands for Cruising. And Sean from Down Under Cruisers, he can, if you contact him, he can help with any questions that you may have. But they'll do the cruise-a-thon. We do it once or twice a year. I think we did one earlier this year, right, Mike?
Yeah, I think he said he's going to try to do them every quarter.
So there you go, every quarter. So that's one of the things that we do when you do send proceeds to our channel. We donate some of that money to them as well. So, but if you want any information or more information about Helping Hands for Cruising, go over to the website at helpinghandsforcruising.org. I'll leave that up in the Chiron. All right, so I think that's going to do it. I want to thank Mike, who's frozen. Oh, there he is. He's back. He froze for a minute. Mike, I appreciate you coming up. It's always great having you come up on the chat or the live stream. I mean, any last things you want to share? You got the premiere on the Raid Parade on Friday.
Yeah, well, I haven't signed it up yet, but I could have one on the Raid Parade Friday. And then I have my live on Sunday, and I normally try to get on there live on Friday night and Saturday night with Eddie Lugo. So look for me on. And thanks everybody for helping me hit my 1,000. And let's go over and help him get his watch hours. So that's the next thing we got to work on. Is get the Clock Family Adventures over their 4,000 watch hours. Law is asking me what we're playing. This is called Gypsy Jazz Swing. It's comes from Adobe Stock, which that's where I get my music from. I have a subscription to them, Gypsy Jazz Swing. So it reminds me of music that I grew up listening to. My dad played this type of music, not physically, but he played it on the radio a lot. So I heard a lot of it growing up. Don't forget, Sean is saying you're welcome, Sean. Always. I try to do it every morning. So we got to get our next recipients for the next cruise. So I'm trying to get that going too. But if you know anybody who you think is deserving of it, you can make a video and send it over to the helpinghandsforcruising.org. And our Crackerjack group will review the video and definitely have those people or person in consideration. So let's see. We're going to have one on the Alaska cruise in 2025 as well. So
that's right.
I'm going to be on that one as well.
We don't have somebody that's going yet, right? We haven't picked anybody?
Not yet. Nope. No one picked yet.
Well, okay. Don't forget, I'll be back up here at 6 a.m. tomorrow Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be Thursday, Cup of Joe live, which we do every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday mornings. And now, Friday mornings, we do our walkabout with the puppies. So that'll be Friday mornings at 6 a.m. So now we're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Wednesday night. So let's talk a little bit about PMA, positive mental attitude. PMA will definitely save your day. And if you employ that into your life, it's going to make a positive change for the better. Believe me when I tell you that employing positive mental attitude in my life has actually saved my life. And when I say it saved my life, believe me, I'm not going to go into the story. I've said it before, but I'm living, breathing because of that. And it works. So just when you think you're at your rope's end, trust me, you're not. and there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there's help right around the corner. And we're definitely going to use our positive thoughts and our positive energy to pray for James, and may James heal up quick and have a speedy recovery. So it works. It really does. Let's think about our men and women of the armed services, the armed forces. No matter what country you're from, they're out there working hard. They're on the wall protecting us night and day, 24/7, and help us protect our freedoms and our liberties, and so that we can enjoy doing things like this, what we're doing, hanging out with friends, having a cocktail or a coffee, enjoying a laugh. Don't forget to pay it forward. Make a difference in somebody's day. Kind word, a smile, a handshake, a hug if they don't mind it. Again, like I always say, just don't run up to random people and say, Jimmy said to hug you. You may end up getting a slap. But there are people out there that do enjoy a good hug, and it does a lot. Believe me, everybody has a story, and you don't know what that story is, and sometimes it's not a very good story. In my business, the business that I'm in, usually when I meet people during my business, they're not having a good day. This story's not a good one. So I do my best to try to, help them deal with a bad situation. So you never know how someone is doing, and just a kind word or a smile will change their day. So it's important to do that, make a difference. Speaking of that, keep our men and women, first responders, fire, EMS, police, and healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, and so on. They're working 24/7 as well to keep us all safe. Especially the police and fire departments are out there doing their thing selflessly, spending a lot of time to keep us safe. And the last thing I always talk about is that red, white, and blue. There's a reason why I have that flying there. It's because I'm very proud of it. I salute it every day, more than once. That flag means way more than the cloth that it's been printed on. You should learn about your flag no matter what country you're from. A lot of people before us have given the ultimate sacrifice to protect the rights and the things that flag represents. So never take it for granted. So that was a long dissertation, but I always end my videos with that. So I want to say thank you. I love all you guys. I appreciate you. Without you, I wouldn't be doing this. So I really do appreciate it. I'm glad you could hang out with Mike and myself and have a little bit of fun and just enjoy ourselves. So I appreciate you guys. So I guess, did I forget anything, Mike?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for me, and it's going to do it for me and Mike. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. I'll see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Guys, have a good night. Bye-bye.